Today's rest of the story. Once upon a time there was a town, a whole town, that spelled culture with a capital C. In the first place, it was a very old town, as North American communities go. Age, after all, breeds historical relevance and venerability. Yet it was in other more specific ways that this stuffy little city came to regard culture so highly. One had but to look around. Everywhere grand and graceful classical architecture, inspired by that of ancient Greece, of course. One had but to converse with the townsfolk to learn their tastes. Great art, great literature and drama, great music, preferably symphonic music. It was a town gloriously questing after knowledge. Indeed, it embraced more than a dozen colleges and universities in which to pursue that objective. A whole town worshipping at the shrine of culture, until one day a serpent slyly crept into the orchard. A counterculture, threatening more than 100 years of carefully encouraged elegance and sophistication. Although in reality it happened gradually, it seemed that overnight the community was at war with itself. It was a town divided. Now, I don't know how the neighbors in your hometown took the Charleston when youngsters first started dancing the Charleston, or the big bands, or rock and roll, but I do know how the citizens of this one community reacted to all of the new music and to the country and western craze. That really upset everybody. They practically went up in flames. They called it hillbilly music, shocking, unsophisticated, primitive. They said it was primitive and twanging. They called it throbbing nonsense, and pretty soon the airwaves were dispatching this unwanted noise into the most distinguished homes. That was a frightening intrusion. Even the town's leading citizen, and that leading citizen just happened to be governor of the state, was growing very, very nervous. This had political implications. This hillbilly racket was a disgrace, he declared, and the notion was seconded far and wide. And to this day, the town is still divided between the tuxedos and the blue jeans, between the crepe Suzettes and the grits, the violins and the fiddles, and pretty evenly divided, though mostly peacefully divided now. Yet once upon a time, not all that many years ago, there was a genuine cultural cataclysm in those parts. There was a deafening sigh of dismay the day the hillbillies came to stay and brought their music with them to the Athens of the South, to the Tennessee town that hated country, to the super-sophisticated city on the banks of the Cumberland River called Nashville. Now you know the rest of the story.